Alright, so what's going on YouTube? We back at this thing, man. Another free game show podcast. I'm Professor Joe Casey, aka Mr. Free Game. Mm. And today, man, I want to go over the definition of a lame, uh, the definition of a simp, the definition of a sucker. Because what I noticed, man, and I noticed a lot of more dudes calling other dudes lames than females calling dudes lames. I noticed other dudes in the manosphere now. This is what I noticed. I noticed other dudes in these forums, in these communities, in these chat rooms talking about she would get with this simp over here rather than get with a real man. And I noticed that on both sides of the field. I noticed that with the Pookie and Ray Rays hating on the dudes with the 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? It's been certain situations that I personally know of a Pookie and Ray Ray threatening a dude with a 9 to 5 who got with a chick that was, kind of straight, kind of decent. But on the flip side, I see dudes, especially YouTube content creators, and they number one thing of bashing these females is why they getting with these simps. Why they getting with these lames who ain't got no job? It's 2020. You can't find a man who ain't got no job. You can't find a man who ain't well employed. Then something wrong with you, dude. 36 million people just filed for unemployment, bruh, in this country. In this country. So you guys talking about dudes as simps and lanes because they ain't got no job and all this shit here. That just shows me that a lot of these dudes don't really know the game. This is why a lot of these dudes have problems with females, because you think a simp is a man who's not gainfully employed. You think a simp is a man who lives and mooches off a female. You understand? When what the game was originated around that, bro. The game started off from a slave noticing that the slave master wanted his bitch, so he finessed his bitch to go fuck Mr. Charlie and get Mr. Charlie to divvy out some of the resources to everybody in the campground. The whole game started off of people who was disenfranchised. The whole game started off of dudes who didn't have nothing. That's where the game originated, from dudes who didn't have nothing. The game originated from dudes living off of a woman. So if you're talking about dealing with females, or you talking about having game, and you talking about being a real dudes, but you call this dude over here the simp because he's unemployed, but yet he got this woman running around doing everything that he wants her to do, you got to ask yourself, brother, who's the real simp now? Who's the real lame? Now, am I justifying dudes sitting on their ass and not doing nothing and not trying to better themselves? No. But I do understand we live in a country where black men are disenfranchised. See, this is the problem with the game. I said this on my domestic violence special. The problem with the game is the dudes who know who know that they ain't got nothing, and they know that they need a woman for survival. Those are the only ones who are eager, who are willing to learn the game because they need it for survival. The guys who got 9 to 5s and all this other shit going on, they don't really want to learn the game. They think the game is bullshit. They think the game is child's play. And then they wonder why they can't, that Pookie and Ray Rays is having more success with their bitches than they is. Because Pookie and Ray Rays learned the game. Pookie and Ray Rays, they listen to their OGs. They listen when they OGs told them, hey man, a woman like this, hey man, you got to talk to a woman like that. Hey man, you got to have this type of vibe, this type of energy when you dealing with your woman. Hey man, when your woman come home and she wonder why you ain't been working all day, or you been in the house playing PlayStation, this type of game you got to run. The Pookie and Ray Rays, listen, this is the type of game that I got when I was coming up. This is the type of game I got. You understand? This type of game, I was taught shit like, man, keep you a bitch on your team, man. Keep you a bitch on your team. I don't care if is she a fat bitch, is she an ugly bitch, is she whatever type of bitch. Keep you a bitch on your team who got some money just in case you happen to go to jail. I had to get taught that type of game because guess what? Wasn't no jobs in the community that I grew up in, especially for no little black boys. So a lot of black boys do a lot of stupid shit in their youth because there's no opportunity, because there's so much disenfranchisement, because there's so many drugs, there's so much corruption that was well designed by a racist country, by a racist government. All this shit was playing. It ain't no coincidence, man. I done been to every damn near hood in America. You understand? I drove trucks for over 10 years. Cause that's what most niggas do. If you can get up out the hood, if you can stop selling dope and you can stop doing all that shit, you go buy you a truck with that money. And you go try to get you some legal cheese. You understand? So I've been to every hood in this country. I've been to every fucking hood in this country. Ain't no coincidence every hood look the same, bro. Ain't no coincidence every fucking hood in this country that we call America look the same. Somebody had a plan for that, bro. So when we look at these niggas, the Pookie and Ray Rays, and we call them squads, and we call them this, and we call them all that, we got to ask ourselves, who the real squads? These niggas they understand the game. Now, some of them take advantage of it, and they don't try to better themselves, which I have a huge problem with that. You got to try to better yourself now, too, man. You understand? You can't just learn the game and just say, all right, bam, I'm just going to mooch off a bitch for the rest of my life, because a woman would give you her whole ass to kiss. She won't give you half of it. She would give you the whole ass. So, you got to take that part into consideration as well. But we got to ask ourselves, fellas, who is the real lames in the game? Is it Pookie and Ray Ray? You understand? Is it the motherfucker with the 9 to 5 who don't know how to talk to a bitch? Who the real lanes, man? But see, 9 to 5 niggas get it twisted. They turn their nose up at the motherfuckers who ain't got shit. But you guys don't understand. That's where the game originated from. The game originated from the plantation. Hustling Mr. Charlie. So now you got a 9 to 5 and you see a bitch put you in the Mr. Charlie position. That's because you don't got the game to combat that. Come get this game, man. Don't look down on the cats who running the game and they running it well. That don't make them lames. That's the only thing. That's the problem I got with the manosphere, man. That's the problem I got with the manosphere. Because I see a lot of dudes be complaining, and then when bad shit go down with these females, they be laughing. They be happy to see a black woman get fucked up because they having their problems with black females. But she shouldn't have been fucking with Pookie and Ray Ray. She shouldn't have been fucking with these simps. She shouldn't have been fucking with these lames. The only difference between them and you is they got the game, bro. The only difference between them and you is they understand that sex is about the woman. The only difference between them and you is they can actually make shit happen with these females. The fact that they do some mischievous shit sometimes, that don't make it no better, but they have the game. They know what the fuck they doing. So why don't you know what the fuck you doing too? So the females will be attracted to you. Game is what keeps a woman interested, bruh. Game is not how you get a woman. It's what keeps a woman interested. So you dumb motherfuckers think, I don't need game. I can get females. Anybody can get a woman. That's why these lame ass dating coaches tell y'all niggas to play the numbers game all the time. If you play the numbers game, you're gonna luck up and find a bitch to give you some pity pussy. You're gonna luck up and you're gonna meet a bitch at the right place at the right time who's going through the right things. Who's just gonna say, why the hell not? Let me give him a chance. You can get a bitch, dog. Anybody can get a bitch, dog. Anybody can get a bitch. But the game is how you gonna keep her interested. The game is how you gonna make her submissive. The game is how you gonna dominate. The problem is the only people who got the game is the Pookie and Ray Rays. Well, y'all thinking these females only like bad boys. No, females hate bad boys. Females hate drug dealers, bro. Females hate niggas that ain't going nowhere with their future. But that's the only ones that got the game that's keeping them interested. So it's a lose-lose. It's a double-edged sword for these females, bro. See, if you 9 to 5 niggas came over and got this game, and y'all had y'all game as sharp as y'all mind, and y'all swagger was on point, just like these Pookie and Ray Ray niggas, then guess what? These females will diss them niggas. These females will throw them niggas to the side. They'll throw them niggas to the curb. Because you can be able to keep them just as interested. And I'm telling you, this coming from me, being a 9 to 5 nigga now, bro. I mean, I get way more, man, I get way more better interactions now than I did when I was a Pookie and Ray Ray. Way more interactions. Way more positive vibes. Because now everything is on a positive plane. Everything is on a upward trajectory. So get the game, man. Stop calling each other lame. Stop looking down like, oh, this guy, I'm better than him because this guy doing this. I'm better than him because this guy doing that. Because in the mind of a female, only thing she cares about is who is going to keep her interested, who's not going to make her feel like she's in jail while she's in a relationship. So with that being said, man, y'all be cool on your stool. Understand ain't nothing cooking but 2 peas in a pot. They ain't cooking the stove ain't hot. I'm the professor. I'll fuck with y'all.